Hey, everybody, I'm John Granato. You can hear me mornings on ESPN 97.5 and 92.5. That's Josh Jordan. He is editor of SportsMapHouston.com, and you can hear him Sunday mornings on Moneyline here on ESPN 97.5 and 92.5. Hey, Josh, Monday, David Culley admitted that Nick Caserio is helping him in-game. He's on the headsets. The general manager is on the headsets. Never heard of this before. Now, do you think he got on because of some of Culley's early decisions? Actually, I think the story is that Culley, that he has been on the headset the whole time. How is Culley making some of these decisions when Nick Caserio is on the headset?
It's really baffling, John. I would think it'd be a little better. I think in one of the quotes, he said they told him to let the Patriots score. And then Culley said that didn't really compute with him, and he ended up not doing it. So it kind of like backfired. Like, what? I mean, you have the person telling you the right thing to do. The analytics people, well, analytics, depending on who you ask about the pronunciation of that. And he's still getting it wrong. So that concerns me a little bit, but something makes me think this is what Caserio wanted all along. Why else would he want to hire somebody that had no experience and would be willing to go along with this?
Well, I knew this from the start, though. I mean, we knew it from the start that he wanted a head coach that he could just totally control. But and last week I called him a puppet, and I felt bad about it because it's a grown man. But it's absolutely true. It can't be more true. He is actually pulling all the strings, is Nick Caserio. And it's kind of funny because this was the downfall of Bill O'Brien. He wanted to be coach and GM, and now Nick Caserio wants to be GM and coach. It's the same thing.
That's the Patriot way, right? You know, Belichick runs everything up here. I mean, with Belichick, it even goes as far as he's really the defensive coordinator. He's not entitled, but you see him coaching the defense on the sideline. So he's running personnel. He's the head coach. He's basically the DC. I mean, that's how they do things over there. That's the true Patriots way, control.
I can't believe that he actually used his outside voice, though. I mean, you got to, if I'm Nick, I bring him in and say, Coach, you don't have to tell the media everything. You can just not say You can just not say stuff. Don't say anything anymore. Okay. Because it just is. Now we all look really, really bad. You know, what's really, really good though, is cold, clean, crisp, refreshing Coors Light. This holiday season, make sure that the refrigerator is stocked with cold, clean, and refreshing. Make sure that your guests are refreshed. Don't give them one of those dark beers that tastes like motor oil. Give them cold, clean, crisp, and refreshing. Make sure it's a cold Coors Light. I don't know. You say there weren't a lot of people that would have wanted. And listen, I think that they did when they were looking for a GM. People were like, I'm out. I'm out of this thing. Easterby's here. I'm out. Now, what about a head coach? A really good head coach. If he wants to come here, I've got Nick Caserio on the headset with me. How many guys would say, I'm sorry, I don't want this job?
A lot of them, at least a lot of the good ones, that they're not going to want to put up with that. And the whole Easterby backline to the owner thing, that's going to control them too. And, you know, Florio did a piece on Pro Football Talk kind of talking about this, that, you know, Caserio was on the headsets with the Patriots, that, you know, Belichick wanted him to be able to hear like the decisions that have to be made and how quickly you have to come up with things and how this stuff can work. But his purpose was just to listen. When he was with the Patriots, now he has the headset on to communicate and to talk. But to tell you the truth, I think I'd rather have Caserio making some of these tough analytic type decisions over Culley, at least until Culley can prove that he's a little better at these in-game decisions.
Yeah, a little better. I mean, it's so funny to hear him talk about, like he said, he didn't understand when they said they let the Patriots score. What? I mean, we're not head coach. He's an NFL lifer. He refuses a penalty and then punts. I mean, you don't have to be an NFL lifer to get these decisions correct. I mean, I know that Nick Caserio wanted to be the puppeteer, but this is ridiculous that you hired someone that is so ill-fitted to be the head coach of your football team, and you did this just so you could pull all the strings. This is really, really looking bad for Nick Caserio.
I guess it's that thing, though, where, John, if you do get it, you get that chance, your chance to run the show. Do it your way. You know, like, don't get fired or have it not work out because you didn't trust yourself and you wanted to do it a different way. As far as other coaches that might want to come here, maybe if it's a coach from the Belichick tree, like a Josh McDaniels, maybe he would be used to this type of thing. I just don't know if Josh McDaniels would want to come to the Texans. You know, he didn't want the Colts job, so who knows?
Well, apparently, according to a report last week, Nick Caserio already has his head coach, the long-term head coach, in mind. You know, it's got to be McDaniels. It's got to be from New England because that's the only place he's been. So if he's got somebody that he wants, you know, and the number one guy is probably Josh McDaniels. And oh my goodness, this just can't be. It's more New England South. It's just so unbelievable how Cal has let this just slide away from him so badly. It's just unbelievable.
It is. The one positive thing is look at what McDaniels has done this year with Mac Jones. You know, if he's able to do that with the Davis Mills, or if they take another quarterback, then maybe there's a little bit of positivity that could come from it.